Hello everyone, my name is Aditya Jain and I am the founder of infodata.in. Today I am going to show you how you can upload a CSV and JSON file in Domo. Let's get started. So click on the data icon which will take you to the data center. Click on this file upload icon right here and choose your file which you want to upload in Domo. So our file is ready for a preview. Now let's see what all options do we have. The first one is generate headers. So if we click on this, Domo will generate new set of headers for us, but since our data already has headers, I'm not going to check this. Second option is keep leading zeros. Now for example, you are uploading numbers which start with 0, let's say 001, 002, 003, and you want to retain those preceding zeros, you can check this option. The third option what we have over here is of selecting file encoding. As you can see, there's a long list of encoding options over here, but I'm going to go ahead with the basic. The default UTF-8. The next option is a delimiter. Now you can not just upload a CSV file, but any delimited file using this option. By default, a comma is selected over here because CSV is the most common use format, but you have an option to select your own delimiter, including giving a manual entry over here. So for this upload, I'll go ahead with the default comma. And now you have an option to set your date format. You can go ahead and set the date format the way you want. Then once your configuration is done, click on next. And Domo has pre-filled the required dataset name, so I'll keep it as it is. If you wish, you can give your optional dataset description over here, and then click on save and run. Great. So your data is ready in Domo. Let's click on this data tab and check if we have got what we wanted. And yes, we have the data the way we wanted. Cool. Now let's move on to upload a JSON file. Again, click on the data icon, which will open the data warehouse. Click on the file upload icon over here. Now just type JSON. Okay, as you can see, there are a lot of options to ingest JSON data within Domo, but for this video, I'll just go ahead with the JSON no code, the basic connector. Select an account. I have a default JSON account already created. If you don't have one, just click on this add account and follow the instructions. It is really easy to create one. So I'll click the select the JSON account, click on next. Now you can see again, you have three ways you can ingest JSON data within this connector. The first one is HTTP request. Now for example, you have a URL which you can hit and get your JSON data. This is the option you would want to try. Let's say your file is stored on an SFTP server from where you want to fetch the contents. This is the option you want to try. And let's say you have your file stored on your local machine and you want to upload it from there directly. The third option is for you. So we'll go ahead with the third option for now. Again, we'll click here, we'll select our JSON file and we'll click open. So Domo has started parsing our data. Let's have a look. So our data has come over here and it is in the shape we wanted. If you want to change your schema or update your schema, just click on the column and you get so many options over here. So for now, let's say I want to remove my store ID. So I click on store ID and I click on drop. As you can see, a step has been added on the right which says drop store ID. So my store ID column has been dropped from the dataset. Now click on next, and Domo will ask you to either automatically detect the schema or specify a schema of your own. I will go ahead with the default automatic schema detection. And Domo also gives you an option to reset the schema on next dataset run. As you can see, this is turned off by default, and I think this is the preferred way, because what happens is, let's say today you upload a JSON file with a specific schema, and tomorrow let's say the schema changes, and if you don't want your output dataset schema to change automatically, keep this unchecked. But in case if you have a requirement where you would want new schema to flow in automatically, you can go ahead and toggle this on. Now let's go to the next step. Now this step is for scheduling your run. For example, if you are pulling this data directly from an SFTP source or from a URL and it's not a manual load, you can select when would this connector run automatically and fetch fresh data. So in our case, it is a manual run, so I'll just select manually. Otherwise, you have got so many options to set up a scheduler of your own. I'll click on manually. Update method. So by default, the selected update method is replace, which means whenever you update your data or fetch new data, the existing Domo data will get wiped off and it will be completely replaced by the incoming data. The second option over here is append, which means whenever you are getting new data, it will get appended or added to your existing data. So you'll have more number of rows than you had in your previous run. Cool. Click on next. Give your dataset name. Let's say sales upload JSON, and click on save and run. And see, the data is ready. So we have the required dataset over here now. So we saw how you can upload flat files, in our case delimited flat file, a CSV file, and also JSON file to Domo. It's quite easy, quite simple. So I'm going to create more videos on showing different ways by which you can ingest your data within Domo manually, automatically using API, etc. So stay tuned and look out for my next video. Thank you.